Yo, 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 what it do, fam? What's good, world? Y'all already know it's your boy Gio, man, back with another one, man. This one right here is crazy, man. It's about your boy Trump, man. Ghana, Mexico, you know, man, it's just crazy, man. Canada, Greenland. I mean, bro, this dude, he's turning it up, man. He's kicking it up some notches, man. Then, they're saying that your boy Elon Musk, man, he's trying to take a lot of people's bread, man. They saying he's scheming, man. He done came up with that 400 bill, man. They say he's scheming, man. Word on the street, man. Saying word on the street, your boy Trump about to sweep everybody out, man. That he's saying that's not supposed to be here, and that's not just for Hispanics. That's everybody, man. Word on the street, man. Ghana, he said he don't need to buy Ghana. He said he can just take over Ghana. He said he would love to get them an island to rebuild for them so they can stay there. So obviously it's some resources or something that he wants that's in that area, just like Greenland. It's resources that, that they seek to want. And by any measures, it's they like, hey, let's get it, but what's y'all take on the immigration thing, man, on how he's doing this ICE thing, man, with the deportation, man. And they say he was overspending to fly these guys and gals back, 800,000 versus the normal way that they would transport them back when it's time to get deported, which was like 100K, but he's cutting a lot of other unnecessary spending. But I mean, for me, it looked like everybody think that it's gonna go good. I'm not saying that it's not gonna go good, but there's just a lot of things that's going on, man, that he's debunking. And I mean, a lot of people are unemployed now, man. That was within that system, in the GOV, you know what I mean? So, and now they're cracking down on how a lot of the people, salaries or six figures, 152, 300K, but you worth, 30 million, 100 million, 300 million. So they said him and Elon is cracking down on how y'all got all that money and where'd y'all get it from. So I'm just saying, man, this is going to be a crazy turn up for 2025, man. A lot of the resources he's saying that, that we get from a lot of these countries, we're good. We're going to have them here and we're going to have it provided and made here. Even a lot of the automotive factories, to make cars, he said, I put it like this. I wouldn't say anything that he do say is far fetched because I'm pretty sure he's gonna have his ducks in a row. This is second time in the White House. So he has his ducks in a row. So when he's saying that he don't need this country or he doing terrorist things or such like that, I'm pretty sure it's because we have resources here. He's not just taking account of, oh yeah, just us rich people, we're gonna be good. Because otherwise, it's just gonna flip script like crazy. And people have a voice now. You can voice your opinion. You have social media. You have a lot of different places where you can make that happen and make it viral. As a matter of fact, so he gotta continue with what he was working on, man, and he's spicing it up, man. They saying there's people that's trying to cross the border while they're making the border, man. And that border is tall, man. Them dudes climbed up that thing, man, and they said we getting out of here, man. Like they had the ropes, everything, man. They're not playing. They said, look, I'm gonna take the chance. I'm gonna get over there and I'm gonna figure it out. But the only thing is, for me, you're gonna have to be under the table because you can't go through a regular job, man. You're gonna be listed. It's gonna show you your information and everything about you. So they're gonna find you. So if you crossing the border, you're trying to get over here, you better find you something under the table. That's the best thing that I could say. Unless you got to connect over here, people over here, you already know, man. Because Trump is not playing, man. I'm talking about he's sending everybody back. It's not even, like I said, it's not just where everybody wants to say, oh, the Hispanics and this and that. Nah, dude, it's everybody, So I just say this, man, if y'all got to make some adjustments, do that. I mean, the last thing you want to do is have him have his hands on y'all when y'all could have just went, and that's sad for me to even say, hey, go ahead and go. But that's initially what I would do. I would leave. I wouldn't wait to no Trump enforced it even more, when ICE get into your area, because they're in a lot of the areas, man, and they even in my area, man, where I'm at, man, that I've been hearing things, and it's been crazy, man. Like I said, Trump is not playing. Even those the ones that are how can I say this? They're the people that kept hostage, man, those hostages, man, he said y'all had until Saturday, man. He said all hell's gonna break loose. This dude is not playing, man. That's all I'm saying. A lot of the tariff stuff, he said he is not playing. He put his foot down. This is a crazy update, y'all, that y'all got to see, and I can't spill the beans. I can't tell y'all all of it. I can give you a little bit of the tea, and then y'all got to go from there, you know what I mean, and see the video so y'all can get the full insight, but this is going to be a game changer 2025, y'all. I just want y'all to know that, and hopefully it's going to be for the best of the best for everybody. It's going to benefit everybody. It's going to put everybody in a better situation. That's all we can hope for, man, and all we can do is, pray and hope that they do what they said they're going to do, you know what I mean? But other than that, all we got to do is continue to keep your head up, man, stay focused. Keep on your grind, man, and stick with it and let everything work. Work is magic. So y'all got to check this one out. Y'all check this video out. This one's explosive, actually. Crazy video, man. It's a big update, man, on what your boy Trump Fit, and Elon. Man, they got a lot of stuff they got going on, man. The files, the assassination files, they unreleasing. He said he going hard on Diddy and everybody that's been with him. I mean, man, I can keep going on and on, but I need y'all to check this one out, man. Holler at me in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. When y'all check this video out, man, let's talk about it, man. And y'all gonna be amazed when y'all see what this dude, man, what he's saying. And what people are alleging about your boy Elon, man. So yeah, holler at me in the comments, man. Share this video, hit the like button, man. Couldn't do it without y'all, man. Appreciate all y'all love and support as always. I'm gonna catch y'all when I get a chance to get into the lab, man. Right now I'm not in the right space, so I still had to do this video for y'all, man. I gotta, it's time to really tighten it up this year, man, and let's run it up, man. So y'all stay tuned, man. I got a lot of stuff that's coming for y'all, man. So y'all sit back and relax, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Appreciate all y'all, man. One love. Salute. I'm out. Peace.
We were talking about denuclearizing, and President Putin and I agreed that we were going to do it in a very big way. There's no reason for us to be building brand new nuclear weapons. We already have so many you could destroy the world 50 times over, 100 times over.
There's been a break-in at the IRS. Doge just kicked in the door and ordered executives to put their hands where they can see them. There was an ultimatum. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Doge workers arrived today. Gavin Klager and others arrived today at the IRS. Do you expect to close the IRS, or what are you expecting?
No, I don't expect it, but I think that the Internal Revenue Service will be looked at like everybody else. Just about everybody's going to be looked at. So it's they're doing a hell of a job. It's an amazing job they're doing. And that force is building these, I call it the force of super geniuses, but it's building. And they go up and they talk to some of the people about certain deals, and the people get all tongue-tied. They can't talk because these people get it. They're very smart people. We need smart people.
Big Balls is making bureaucrats tongue-tied. What's this contract for? Terminated. Next up is NASA. Elon's nerd army is reviewing their spending. I have a feeling we're going to find NASA isn't all about outer space. If agencies can't justify their headcount, Musk's planning on slashing every department by 30 to 40%. If Doge finds an unused federal building, they're going to sell it and put the profits in the piggy bank. Trump has his eyes on 14,000 vacant federal buildings. So if you want to live in an 80,000 square foot estate at the foot of the Potomac that's been collecting cobwebs for 6 decades, put in a bid.
Follow the money, follow the money, follow the money. Follow the money. follow the money, 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 follow the money.
Have found ways to get around the barrier. Some people in the area between Graneno and Hidalgo have used ladders that cost as little as $5 to safely get over the wall. Despite its more durable construction, people have found a way to cut through it too. It happened 3,000 times between 2019 and 2021, thanks to the help of common construction tools like angle grinders and demolition saws. But then there are the tunnels that go under it. Smugglers have used tunnels to get beneath barriers on the US-Mexico border since at least the 1900s. Over 150 were found by 2017. Some of these tunnels are shockingly sophisticated, and the Trump border wall hasn't been as effective against them as it was advertised to be. The San Diego sector of the border is among the most heavily fortified. Nevertheless, authorities discovered a tunnel there connecting to Tijuana, Mexico in January of 2020, and it was one of the most elaborate they ever encountered. It was over 4,000 feet long and featured rails, ventilation, and its own electricity supply, and even a drainage system. This was not a freak accident either. Border authorities found a similar tunnel in the same area just 2 years later. Where there's a will, there's a way, and wannabe border crossers have demonstrated remarkable ingenuity in defeating a barrier that Trump said would be impregnable. Granted, the more sophisticated attempts tend to come from Mexico's rich and powerful transitional criminal organizations looking to traffic drugs and people into the United States. But what about the ordinary people who couldn't go over, through, or under the wall? Contrary to popular belief, President Trump has at times downplayed the idea of a wall across the entire length of the border because there were natural barriers that would prevent illegal entry. That part was true, but it hasn't stopped people from trying to cross these natural obstacles. Instead, the wall has often funneled them into these much more dangerous sections of the border. Between 1994 and 2017, the remains of 7,800 border crossers were found in remote areas like the Sonoran Desert. Border fortifications didn't stop these people's determination to get to the United States. It rather just forced them to take the journey at much greater risk.
This look right now, yes, it is the iconic mugshot of Donald Trump. Look at that as we blow it up a little bit bigger. Look at this hanging right outside of the Oval Office, and you can say, yes, the White House definitely embracing the mugshot here. So we want to talk a little bit more about that. Let's bring in our friend here of the program, TMZ's Michael Babcock. Always great to have you on. Michael, what is the buzz with all of this? This is a photo that, you know, a lot of people would say, I don't want my mugshot anywhere public. President Trump is a little bit different.
And he gets to decorate the Oval Office as he chooses to. And I agree with you. I think a lot of people have probably looked at that and said, why would you want to remember a moment like that? You were obviously, had criminal charges. They were racketeering related charges. This was in August of 2023. And why would you want to remember a moment like that? But I believe, and I think this is the way that President Trump and a lot of his supporters look at this. They see this as this was political lawfare. This was the president's political opponents who were using the court system to go after him. And I think that he views that photograph as him overcoming all of that. And obviously, by the fact that it's his office now, Mike, and he sits behind that resolute desk, he obviously overcame all of those many charges and won the presidency again. And I think it's a fair argument to make. And I think Trump would make this argument that the charges ultimately and the mugshot helped him, and he used it to raise money. We know that that was on T-shirts and anything else they could slap that photo on. And here we are. And he's obviously the 47th president of the United States right now. And mugshot hanging in the Oval Office.
Yeah, I mean, it's a surreal moment because not only do you have some big American leaders that come to the White House, from CEOs to different, but you got world leaders coming and they're going to be saying, okay, yes, yeah. I know that story. I know that story of you.
Right. That's exactly true. I mean, none of us had seen this, at least not publicly, Mike, that the photo was up. And it's not even just the photograph, it's actually a cover story or cover page from the New York Post, the paper. And they obviously had used the photograph. So Prime Minister Modi from India, you've got the leader of one of the largest and one of the most, prominent countries in the entire world that is in the Oval Office meeting with the president. And it was a funny time, for lack of a better term, to find out that this had actually been hanging. And you do wonder what's going through everyone's mind as they see that hanging right there by the president.
Yeah, and I mean, even the White House putting that out there in messages as well. So really, the whole communications team not scared to really embrace this. They must be getting the initiative. Like, let's go for it, and we go for it 100%.
Right. I think that's exactly right. Obviously, if Donald Trump didn't want that hanging up there, it would clearly not be up there. And I think that just sets the tone. This is something, bottom line, that they're not embarrassed of. This is something that they feel proud of, that they overcame all that. And he still won the election. So, I didn't think it was going to be something that would necessarily be hanging next to like a portrait of Thomas Jefferson. But here we are.
Yeah, so true. And we're looking right now at a shot of President Trump getting off Air Force One, heading to Mar-a-Lago here. And Michael, I do want to also show you this. Speaking of the White House communication team, it seems like lately they have been on a roll here for their supporters, because look at the Valentine's Day message they put out. It says, "Happy Valentine's Day. Roses are red, violets are blue. Come here illegally and we'll deport you."
Right there with the president and Tom Homan. And Mike, look, I think, some people may look at something and read something like that and it turns them off. But I think the reality is, and the polls show this, this is something that a majority of Americans are behind. They want it to be done. And that's exactly what Tom Homan and President Trump are doing and have done and will continue to do.
Yeah, true. And I think a lot of people thinking, okay, they are just so early on into this, second term there. What else could happen? What else could be,
It's been fast and furious, Mike, hasn't it been? I've never seen anything like it in my years, being alive and having watched presidents operate. I've never seen anything like it before.
Well, yeah, and it's so surreal, even here on Live Now, where, in past with other presidents, when it would be tape playback of an Oval Office meeting, you're getting like 20 seconds from other presidents.
Right.
And with President Trump, you're getting like 15 minutes of tape playback of him in the Oval Office.
No, I think I think no matter who he had, come after, I think he is setting it's a breakneck pace. But I think the fact that, especially in the last couple of years of Joe Biden's presidency, we didn't see him much. He wasn't out there doing press conferences. And now when you've got Trump, that it seems like it's either Donald Trump or it's Carolyn Levitt or somebody from the administration meeting with the press every single day. It is a stark difference from what we just had the last 4 years.
I think a lot of people seeing that as well. All right, Michael Babcock, thanks so much for joining us on Live Now. We always appreciate it. You have a great weekend.
I appreciate it, Mike. You too. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right, everyone, and we will take another 2-minute break. Stay right here with us. More to come in just moments on Live Now.
Elon's going to steal everybody's money. He has $400 billion. I'm telling you, he's not going to steal your money. I'm telling you, that's not what he's doing. What he's doing is he's a super genius that's been fucked with. Okay? And when you've been fucked with by these nitwits that hide behind 3-letter agencies, and you're dealing with one of the smartest people alive, and he helps Donald Trump get into office, and he goes, I want to find out what kind of corruption is really around. Well, you fucked up. You fucked up and picked the wrong psychopath on the spectrum, because he's going to hunt you down. He's going to find out what's going on. And that's good. That's good for everybody. That's how you should be looking at this. Like, wow, we have a brilliant mind that is examining these really fucking corrupt and goofy systems and bringing in a bunch of psychopath wizards.
The drug cartels have been declared terrorist organizations. And if you find that, and we know if there's Al-Qaeda, we're going to hit them. I don't care if you're in Somalia, Sudan, or in Syria. If we find that they continue to fire at our border control and they continue to put fentanyl into our country, as the Secretary of Defense, are you permitted now to go after them in Mexico or wherever they are?
Brian, I don't want to get ahead of the president, and I won't. But that's ultimately going to be his decision. But let me be clear, all options will be on the table. If we're dealing with what are designated to be foreign terrorist organizations who are specifically targeting Americans on our border, and we're finally securing our border. We've been securing other people's border for a very long time. The military is shifting toward an understanding of homeland defense on our sovereign territorial border. That is something we will do and do robustly. So we're already...
No, we're going to take them on. Look, we got the military on the border now. Border Patrol agents are well aware of the threats. There will be violence, and it's something we're prepared to handle. But a warning to the cartels: if they harm a Border Patrol agent, one of our soldiers, President Trump will not hesitate to take extreme action. I think President Trump will wipe them off the face of the earth, just like he did ISIS and the Caliphate. So I would think the cartels would pay attention. We have a strong president who's not going to take it.
Threatened to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys.
And I've left instructions. If they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left. We would call for total obliteration of a state that did it. That would include Iran. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area.
He sees a different future for that piece of land that has been the focus of so much terrorism, so many attacks against us, so many trials and so many tribulations. He has a different idea, and I think it's worth paying attention to this. We're talking about it. He's exploring it with his people, with his staff. I think it's something that could change history.
What would happen to the USA if Trump achieves everything he wants? First, Trump has long wanted to buy Greenland, the world's largest island, rich in oil and minerals. If that happens, the US would gain a massive Arctic foothold, shifting global power and military influence in the region. Then there's the Panama Canal. Trump has criticized China's influence there and hinted at taking control back. If that happens, the US would dominate one of the most crucial trade routes on Earth, tightening its grip on global shipping and economics. And what about Canada? Trump has joked about annexing it, though it's highly unrealistic. But if it somehow happened, the US would double in size, instantly becoming the largest country in the world, with unmatched natural resources and economic potential. But he didn't stop there. Trump also suggested renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, a move that would stir controversy with Mexico and its neighboring countries. You won't believe the shocking underground strategy migrants are using to outsmart border security.
This is one of the most sophisticated tunnels we've seen in the United States, just because the material used to build it, and it had a rail system running through it as well. and the terrain that it had to traverse through, it makes it really special. This tunnel in particular had a wood pallet floor the whole way of the tunnel.
Do you know if you can swim across the US-Mexico border wall? In theory, it might be possible, but the risk is extremely high, and the chances of success are almost zero. This section of the border wall is located on the California coastline and extends about 50 yards into the water. Many people see it and think they can swim across, but in reality, few people try. The waves here are rough, and the edges of the border wall are very sharp. In addition, this area is considered one of the most dangerous beaches in the world, and many people have drowned, which poses a great safety hazard. Even if you are lucky enough to swim across, this area is closely monitored, and illegal crossers are very likely to be arrested. On the Mexican side of Tijuana Beach, people enjoy food and leisure time leisurely. On the U.S. side, it is an undeveloped natural area with no buildings. So, although it is not completely impossible to swim across the border wall in theory, it is almost impossible to do in practice, and it is very dangerous.
Изменилось, что ли, со времен Байдена? Да ничего не изменилось. Они с удовольствием выполняли любой приказ со стороны Вашингтона при Байдене. Просто им Трамп не нравится, они с ним боролись активно, да, реально вмешивались в политическую жизнь, предвыборный процесс в Соединенных Штатах, а потом растерялись, когда Трамп вдруг выиграл. И потом Байден ментально им больше нравился, понимаете, ментально. А у Трампа другие представления о том, что такое хорошо, что такое плохо, в том числе в этой гендерной политике, в некоторых других вопросах, им как бы не нравится это. Но я вас уверяю, Трамп с его характером, с его настойчивостью, он наведет там порядок довольно быстро. И все они, вот увидите, это произойдет быстро, скоро, все они станут у ноги хозяина и будут нежно помахивать хвостиком.
Listen, there is no such thing as an illegal Mexican immigrant coming into Texas because they're only coming home. Texas, Arizona, and California was stole from the Mexicans.
Don't start that
This
nonsense.
all belonged to them.
That
So they're
nonsense.
only coming home, and then here it is, you white folks stole the land from the Indians, but yet you're the natural, real illegal immigrant.
So let's start with the things you said that are already wrong. First of all, they're coming here, they're not paying any taxes. You're telling me they're paying taxes? They're not paying taxes because nobody knows who the heck they are. No, they're not paying any taxes.
Matt, when they buy a product, they pay a tax on it.
Let's continue
When they buy a car, they pay a tax on it.
You come into this country illegally. That is a law that you're breaking, and that's why they have to be sent back to wherever they came from. They want to come through the front door. That is the correct way to come in. And the city of Houston has to stop allowing this, or we're never going to get them to stop coming in here. Look, that's what we got to do. Follow the law.
But Matt, where is the compassion that the indigenous Indians had for white people in this country?
What do you keep going backwards?
They let you all come in.
What are you going
and
backwards?
And you came in and raised a whole lot of hell.
Don't start.
Trump
Don't start
called
bringing up
Mexicans
history and try and
rapists. He
explain
called
what's
them
going on
criminals.
today.
Trump called the Mexicans illegal criminals coming into America. Well, the biggest illegal criminal ever come into America was white people.
So you don't give a damn if people break into this country.
I don't give a damn.
I wonder what's going to happen when they come rob your house.
I don't give a damn about hypocrites who came here illegal and stole all of this and now want to blame them for only coming back home. To all of the Mexicans, don't worry about this. Just keep having babies, and in 30 years, all these white folks will be under your control.
To Americans, let's stand up and do what the hell we're supposed to do and stop letting the city of Houston be an open door. This ain't no sanctuary city.
Don't listen to that.
This is a real city.
Just keep having babies, and at the end of the day, you'll run everything in Texas. Just keep having babies.
Now you understand why I got to come here every single week, and I gotta go after this man and maybe get through that thick skull one day.
In 20 years, you're gonna be the minority in Texas.